Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, May 26th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. The Blue Angels never disappoint. Great weather and a great show. Up today is the Color Parade, and it is a really formal parade that is really very cool to see if you can. Gets underway at 11 a.m. on Worden Field, and the best way is to walk in Gate 3, which is the Maryland Avenue gate, hang a left at the chapel, and it'll run you right down there. And remember, patience and kindness. All right, we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? But before we get into it, I did receive a few emails yesterday asking why we didn't discuss the latest massacre in Texas. And yes, it has me beyond upset. Eye on Annapolis, whether it is the site, our Facebook pages, our Twitter account, or our podcasts, are very tightly focused on Anne Arundel County and maybe some of the stuff happening just outside the borders. I don't want to bring in world or national news unless it has a tie to the local area. That's really our focus. So that is why there was no mention. And for the record, I totally agree with Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut. What are we doing? Okay, an update on the birds. These are the scooters. Last week, we told you how they had geofenced off public housing in other low-income communities. HACA said they wanted access to the scooters for their residents, but not to allow them on their property. We called around to the management of the other subsidized properties, and all of them were unaware of the restrictions, and none of them had requested them. We also called some larger non-subsidized apartment complexes like Nautilus Point, West Winds, and Bayshore Landing, and none of them called back. We were looking to see whether they were even asked. Now, I looked at the maps today, and it seems that the city has instructed Bird to unlock the College Creek Overy Court apartment area, the homes in the area of Clay Street, Woodside Gardens, Annapolis Gardens, Bay Ridge Gardens, and Admiral Oaks Apartments. Those were all the subsidized lower-income housing communities that were locked out last week. So we're seeing progress there. And in our research, we found out two programs that are not really promoted too obviously. If you are a recipient of any kind of a government stipend, SNAP, etc., you are entitled to get a $5 monthly subscription, if you will, for bikes and scooters in the city that will allow up to 5 30-minute rides per day. And another program to offer 50% discount to lower-income people, teachers, students, veterans, senior citizens, and select community groups. And if you don't have a credit card, you can pay with cash. All you do is you go to Walgreens, CVS, 7-Eleven, Royal Farms, or the Dollar Store. Those are the local ones here. Give them money, and they will give you a code that you plug into the app, and that will pay for your ride. So you could put in $100 there, and you'll have $100 credit via your app. And while we didn't see the program, the Capitol is reporting that anyone can get a 25% discount if they pick up a scooter in what the Bird is calling a, quote, equity area. That's not live yet, so it'll be interesting to see what that's all about. So there you are. The program is now a bit more fair to more of Annapolis. Now, the wisdom of the entire program remains to be seen. Hey, I love tech, and this is really very cool. Yesterday, Maryland became the second jurisdiction to allow a digital version of your driver's license or ID card to be put in your Apple Wallet. Sorry, Android users. When fully implemented, when asked for ID, it will only transmit the need-to-know info. Carded at a bar, your photo and date of birth. Getting on a plane, your name, your address, and your photo. Stopped by a cop, name, address, photo, and driver's license number. And if a venue is not equipped to have the reader, you can select the information to display on a mock-up. Pretty cool. For flying, both National and BWI will accept them, but only in the TSA pre-check lines for now. And to add it to your phone, what you do is you go into your Apple Wallet, you tap the plus sign, scroll down to where it says ID, and then you just follow the prompts. It'll scan your real license and front and back, as well as your face. It makes you make some faces, turn your head sideways and everything else, and it will send all that to the MBA. Then what you have to do is you have to sign in or register with the MBA's website, acknowledge that you do indeed want a digital version, and then they will mail you in the mail a code to go back onto their website and complete it. Lots of checks and balances to get it done. It will only work with the iPhone 8 or newer or the Apple Watch 4 and newer. And you do have to have the latest update to the OS software. But pretty cool. Well, folks, looks like that gas tax increase is coming. No one has the political will to suspend it for any duration of time. The governor will not, the comptroller will not, and yesterday the legislature weighed in and said they will not. So come July 1st, expect to see a 7-cent per gallon jump in the price of gas. Interesting to note that House Speaker Jones and Senate President Ferguson said the state, quote, cannot afford to miss out on $200 million, unquote, that the increase will realize, which will go into the Transportation Trust Fund to care for our roads. There is a multi-billion-dollar surplus to the state, so I don't quite get it. And let's not forget, from 2003 to 2011, the legislature actually raided that same trust fund to balance the budget year after year to the tune of more than $1 billion, none of which was ever repaid. Now, granted, due to a ballot question in 2014, raiding it is not that easy anymore. You have to get an emergency declaration and a supermajority of votes in both houses. On Monday, we're taking a holiday to commemorate Memorial Day, and the city of Annapolis has some events planned as well. A parade will step off at Westgate Circle at 10 a.m. and conclude at City Dock with a small remembrance ceremony for those who gave it all. City offices will be closed. Trash for Monday moves to Tuesday. Tuesday moves to Wednesday, and then it'll get back in order. And transit will be on a Sunday schedule. And as we begin to wrap it up, a thank you to Starbucks Foundation for supporting our very own Lighthouse homeless support shelter. They awarded a $5,000 grant to help with the homelessness situation here in our area. And the cool part is that some local employee, and Starbucks calls them partners, recognized the good work of the Lighthouse and nominated them. $5,000 is going to go a long way, and according to the newly named permanent executive director, she used to be acting, Heather Cassidy, operating costs have increased 30%. And that's all I got. Podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. It is Royal Jewelers over there in the Annapolis Mall, followed up by the Anne Arundel Medical Center's Blood Donor Center next Saturday. And you want to make sure you keep telling all your friends and family and colleagues to give us a listen. That's a wrap for today. And as always, thank you to the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company, and Alpha Engineering. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes, and George from DCMDV Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless, because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Let's make 2022 the year that you freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDV Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDV Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, May 26th. Sometimes things work out, and sometimes they don't, and yesterday was a day where things worked out just about as well as they could have, especially given it was Blue Angels Day across Annapolis, and it was a great one. And while today will be fairly tame on the whole, we'll have to then get through a potentially rough weather day tomorrow, ahead of a nice holiday weekend from Saturday through Monday. Look for mixed skies today with highs in the low to mid-70s with a small but valid chance of some rain showers, with temps then warming tomorrow near 80 degrees on breezy southerly winds ahead of a fairly potent cold front that will bring both a PM severe weather threat to the region on Friday, along with the threat of flash flooding due to heavy rain. So stay tuned for updates on that later today and tomorrow, and plan accordingly, but also look forward to a very nice long holiday weekend with temps upper 70s to mid 80s for highs each day and tons of sunshine, though it now looks like we might have to deal with a few clouds and a small chance of some showers and storms on Saturday, though that's still a bit uncertain, and it will come down to real time as to exactly what kind of day Saturday turns out to be, as it depends on just how quickly and completely Friday's cold front can move through the area and fully offshore and out of our way. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDV Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info, and definitely be sure to download our DCMDV Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road has a bunch of classes coming up in June, July, and August, including Learn to Knit a Loopy Summer T-Top, Advanced Learn to Knit Socks, Learn to Knit a Weekender Sweater, Basic Brioche Technique, Beginner Crochet, and a series of hats technique classes. The Creative and Performing Arts of South County in Edgewater is having another art night for ages 7 through 10, as well as another session for ages 11 and up. This session's topic is group paintings. On Saturday, check out the Wildberry Farm and Market out near Gambrels and their Wildberry Field Market, with 30 vendors as well as food trucks, with the rain date being on Sunday. At Blended Essentials in Serona Park, registration is open for their summer camps starting at the end of June, with week-long camps making candles, soaps, bath bombs, lotions, and more, with a different theme each week. Classes are already filling up, so check it out soon. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing red, white, and blue cupcakes, and on Tuesday the Half Pint Kids Club is doing strawberry short cups. At Art Farm, tomorrow is an adult henna workshop with tea tastings for ages 21 and up. Saturday is Oh Snap monthly photo exploration, adult mosaic tile workshop, and a Make It Kids slime workshop for ages 6 through 8. On Sunday, they have Vibe, Flow, and Chill Yoga, an adult mandala workshop, and their adult encaustic experimentation class continues. And their spring semester continues. Today there's experimental painting and drawing for ages 10 through 15. Tuesday there's a teen graphic design class for ages 12 through 17. Wednesday there's a kids sculpture class for ages 12 through 17, as well as a kids photography class for ages 10 through 13. And registration is still open for their summer camps. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library system this week, today in Linthicum there's Build and Play with Lego. Saturday, at the Eastport Annapolis Neck Library, there's Birds of Prey with naturalist Liz Smith of Raptor's Eye, as well as service learning with invasive plants. And Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener. On Tuesday, Discovery's Library at the Mall has a Teen Art Night, and Wednesday, the Bush Annapolis Library has Makerspace open hours. At Pongo's Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club out in Crofton, registration is open for their summer camps in July, as well as all their regular kids clubs. And at Annapolis Makerspace, registration is open for easy custom glass etching with Cricut, coming up June 8th. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get, how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. we look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.